Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new season of News You Can Use. I am your host, Thera Martin, and we are delighted to be back for another semester at LaSalle University. You can see this program on Comcast Channel 56 and on Verizon Channel 36. Today on the program, I've got two dynamite guests. My first guest is Farida Boyer, and she's going to tell us all about the Black Brain Campaign. BBC for short. And when we turn the page a little bit later on in the program, we'll talk with Keshema Davidson, and she's going to tell us about the Early College Charter School, a school that will be opening in the fall of 2026 here in the city of Philadelphia. News you can use. We'll be back in just a moment with our first guest, Farida Boyer. Stay with us.
Glad to be here, Thera Martin, with you on this edition of News You Can Use.
Very much happy to meet you.
Wow.
Good to
Said,
see you.
it is good to see you, but you didn't say that. You said you can use Rebooted. I'm Thera Martin, and I am glad to be back at LaSalle TV.
Once again, everybody, we welcome you back for this new season of News You Can Use at LaSalle TV. And we want to thank Professor Tanya. We want to thank Professor Tanya Ellis for giving us this opportunity. Now, let's jump into our show. My first guest is here, and we are excited about shining the spotlight on the Black Brain Campaign. Farida Boyer is my guest, and this is such a wonderful organization that I only recently learned about, but I want everybody across Pennsylvania to know about BBC. So welcome to the show, Farida. Thank you for being with me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm just excited to be here. We actually have a partnership with LaSalle, so I didn't even know this was a LaSalle TV. So that I can talk about that, as we go on. But
We're
yeah.
going to talk about that in just a minute, but let's start by talking about BBC. How did this organization get started? I know it's very important.
What happened was years ago, I would go online and just post like a question of the day. And one of the days that it was on like a Saturday. I usually did it on a Saturday and just get people's response about whatever question it was. And this one day I started talking about mental health. And one of my colleagues at the time, her and I just started talking more about it and how we should probably do more in the city to promote mental health, and that's kind of how we got started. Her name is Janae Johnson. She's the co-founder of the Black Brain Campaign. She's no longer with us, but if I have anything to do with it, she'll be back.
My. And such an important subject that you deal with in Black Brain Campaign. It's mental health that we're talking about.
So our mission is to eradicate the stigma against mental health in the Black community. And I say the Black community because if you are Black, you can you've been raised. It's just in our houses, family. That's it. Whatever happens in this house stays in this house. So we were taught like not to go out and talk about what was happening. So we wanted to change that myth. So what we did was we tried to put programming together, just initially just going on partnering with like elected officials, going in their neighborhoods and talking about the importance of mental health. Right after we did that, that's when COVID came. So we started off in 2016 and we both were in private practice. The Black Brain Campaign, we started off with nothing, not a nickel. It was just like something that we wanted to do for the community to talk more about mental health. But since then, like I said, we have a lot of programming now. We provide free mental health therapy to anybody who lives in Pennsylvania. It's free. You don't need anything if you don't have. I'm saying it's free today, but our goal is to start accepting insurance. What happens is we provide 12 free therapy sessions. Sometimes people need additional support and then they want to stay with us. So we had to change a little bit as we'll be accepting insurance like between now and the new year. So, but even if you don't have insurance, you can still come to us to get free therapy. So we start off providing free therapy. The other part people don't really understand, it's a process to become a therapist. It's not just you go to school, get your degree, that's it. But you can do that. But if you do that, it just stops you from progressing. So,
Yeah.
um, I wanted to become licensed. I wanted to get my license. I used to be a teacher, so when I started preparing to study for my license, other my peers asked me could they study with me, and I said, if you want to study, this is what we're going to do. We're going to meet once a week. We're going to team teach. This is the books we're going to use, and this is how we got that together. So long story short, we started the LEAP program because when it was time for me to take my exam, I did not feel like I was prepared, so I rescheduled my exam. Just to reschedule my exam cost me another 200 and something odd dollars. I had never even sat for the test.
Mm-hmm.
So then it made me think, because then I started doing research, and less than 5% of Black clinicians have a license. And
Mm-hmm.
I said this would deter someone from getting a license, just the cost of it alone. So you had to pay for the exam, you had to get 3,000 hours, you need about 90 hours of supervision. So it's everything costs us.
Yeah.
So I was blessed to be in the position that I was able to reschedule and pay for my exam. However, everybody can't do that. So me being the person who I am, how we gonna help the other people get
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
their license? So we started raising funds. So
Wonderful.
actually this year, October the 11th, we have our fourth annual Green Tie Gala. All of our proceeds go towards like our licensure program, our licensure education assistance program, where we pay for clinician supervision.
Mm-hmm.
We because they meet with a supervisor once a week. We pay for them their test exam, we pay for their test materials, and we pay for somebody to actually train them, and it's free of charge to them. So they are the ones who actually provide therapy to our clients.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's kind of where we are today, and that's how we got started. And it's a lot. It's good work, but it's a lot because
Yeah.
you're dealing with people's mental health, which is serious.
Yeah.
This month is Suicide Awareness Month, and I went to visit a school that I went to as it was a junior high school at the time, and I had asked the students about suicide, and most of them raised their hand, and I had explained to them. I said, "Do you understand? Like when I was here going to school, we didn't like suicide wasn't an option for us. That's not something that was prevalent in the Black community, but it's like now it's like that's a way out." And
Uh-huh.
you see, people said the statistics say that the suicide rate is going down, but it's not going down in the Black community. It's actually rising.
We have got to stop the silence and talk about this issue and say, I need help. When you know
Mhm.
you need help. And sometimes I know it's difficult for an individual to say, I need help. But if the family sees that a loved one is struggling, then the family member or the family's got to speak up to try to help them so that they will be all right at the end of the day. Now, we are running out of time kind of quickly, but you do another fabulous event that the Black Brain Campaign does annually now, a walk down in
We
South
do our
Philly.
Yes, we did a green sock walk. We hadn't done it in a while because we used to do our gala and our walk in the same weekend. That got to be too much. So we
But
changed our walk to Mental Health Awareness Month, which is in May. So our next walk is I just was having a conversation with somebody about it today. It's May 2nd to 2026. So I'm excited about that. We had a good time the last time,
I
like
heard
just
of it. It was
walking and
wonderful. I
right.
heard it
And
was
we
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing yoga in the park this Sunday. This Sunday, the 14th, it's at Rose Playground on 75th and Hereford. It's free. If anybody wants to come, show up at 10 o'clock with your yoga mat. If you don't, we'll have some yoga mats for you. Just show up because it's not just about your mental health, like it all plays a part. So
Yeah.
we just want to do some things that help people just relax and be
Right.
stress free.
I know that's important. Mental health, your physical health, the whole piece, it's got to work together. And then you have a connection with LaSalle University, Black Brain Campaign working with LaSalle. Tell us about that little partnership.
So what our partnership consists of is we have interns here. So we have interns from LaSalle's Marriage and Family Therapy Program who provide therapy services. So yes, we actually the co-founder, Janae, that I talked about, graduated from LaSalle. So no, we welcome all. If you are in Philadelphia and you need an internship, we don't, even though it's the Black Brain Campaign, we have all color shades. It doesn't matter because we service everybody. So you're more than welcome to come in, get an interview, and like I said, if you fit, like we're kind of like a family around here. So if you fit in the family, you're welcome to join us and do your internship. And people stay here with us for a year, and they continue on because we have other opportunities. So it's a blessing. But yeah, we have some students from the
So
town.
October 11th, you said that's when you're doing your Black Brain Campaign Gala?
That's our Green Tie Gala. It's at Rivers Casino. You can go to our website at www.joinbbc.org, and it's going to be, you'll see the mask and everything. This year's a masquerade theme. And you can also see pictures and videos from the other years. And we
So
have a really good time.
if people want to support your organization and come out to that event, or maybe just send a check, say, I just want to send some money, how can they do that?
You can go right back on our website, joinbbc.org. You can click donate. You can buy tickets, and you can just give, or you can send it to 5429 Chestnut Street, Suite G3, Philadelphia, PA 19139. We're grateful for everything that we have. Like I said, everything goes back to the clients that we serve or the practitioners that we're helping to get licensed.
Farida Boyer, you are all that. BBC is all that. It's so very important. And I'm just so thrilled that now I know about Black Brain Campaign. I want to write about it in the Scoop newspaper. I want to tell people about it because I know we got a lot of stuff going on in our community. Some of us really need some help, and you all are there to help them. So we want them to make that connection. Thank you for being with us today on News You Can Use.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, I'm going to stay connected to you at the hip. You're going to
Yes,
take care and have a great day.
you too. Bye-bye.
All righty. We will continue with News You Can Use in just a moment. We'll come back, and Keshema Davidson from Early College Charter School, she will join us to tell us about what they're working on. Stay with us.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Dad, you need to go.
Really?
It's important.
I feel fine.
Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught.
What I need to do?
You just give your doctor a call. They'll tell you what screening test you need.
Fine. Can I have my pie now?
Oh, man.
And we're back. We are so glad to have our first guest with us today. And now our second guest is here, Keshema Davidson. She's the co-director of the Philadelphia Middle College Foundation. And she's going to tell us all about a wonderful, wonderful new charter school that's going to open up in the fall of 2026 in the city of Philadelphia. I am excited, very, very excited about this. So I want to say welcome to News You Can Use. First of all, Keshema, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to share this exciting school choice opportunity to our families here in Philadelphia.
So let's say the name, Early College Charter School. It's coming. It's coming the fall of 2026. I'm going to be located at 1420 Pine Street.
1420 Pine Street, which is the home of the former Pierce College, right? So we have this beautiful college-like campus right in the heart of the city that will be home to Early College Charter School, and we'll be serving students grades 6 through 12 at full enrollment. But it's a beautiful space, a beautiful facility that any one of us, including me, would be very proud for my child to like walk into that space every day.
Yeah, That sounds fantastic. Every time I think about opportunities for college and I think about my experience and my journey to get to college, and for me, I needed a setting where there were smaller classrooms and that a lot of one-on-one with your instructors. And it got me to have an early admission my senior year of high school into college. And I believe that that's the kind of good stuff that will happen for young people when they go to such a school as the early college charter school. Now, the early charter college is not brand new in the country.
No, absolutely not. So the early middle college model is a model of school that has been around for decades. It's not as familiar to us here in Philadelphia because there's only one of these types of schools in our city. So it's not new in the grand scheme of things. In early college, middle colleges, what they do is that they allow young people, high schoolers, in most cases, to accumulate as many college credits up to an associate's degree in high school to ensure that, when they're leaving high school, they're leaving not just with their high school diploma, but they're leaving also with credits up to an associate's degree or an associate's degree. And they're also leading, in our case, with not just college credits, but they're also leaving with a work credential, right? So for all of our young people that are interested in going on the bachelor's degree pathway, but might not be ready right now, right? They have an opportunity to stack on direct to workforce credentialing. We're talking courses or programs like pharmacy tech, phlebotomy certificate, certified medical assistant, all jobs that young people can be trained to do while in 12th grade and also get those workforce credential to ensure that when they're leaving high school, they're jumping right into the workforce.
So now, when you look at your charter school that will be opening, what will the classroom sizes be like? What kind of things can you share with our viewing audience that will entice parents and other caretakers of children? Yup, that's a school I want my child to go to.
Yeah, absolutely. I can share more about our school in general. So, as I said before, it's an early college model. So, what that means is that young people will be able to get credits up to an associate's and the workforce credentialing. We're also a school that is grade 6 through 12. So, in most cases, right, these are typically high schools. For us, it's just really important to get our young people those academic foundational years to ensure that they can really unlock as many of these opportunities once they become upperclassmen in our school, right? So that's a very important piece as well, that it's not just 9th through 12th grade, we're starting in the 6th grade. What's also important, as I said before, is that a lot of young people, of course, want to go to college, right? But there's a lot of young people that also need to work once they graduate high school for a variety of reasons and are not able to go directly into a four-year university. So our model really allows for choice, right, as it relates to, do you want to, go directly into college? You want to accumulate as many credits, or do you want to do both? Do you want to do college credits, but you also want to have a direct to workforce credential? In terms of our extracurricular activities, right, we're going to allow our young people in our founding years to really shape what those could look like. But it's very important that children have a holistic experience in schools and that schools are joyful and welcoming, right? That kids want to go to school. So that's important to us. You mentioned before facility. I think it's important to highlight to families just the beauty of the space that children will be in. It's a very dignified and beautiful space that is safe. And that also is accessible by public transit as well. Our high schoolers will most likely be coming to us through public transit. We are going to provide some form of transportation for our 6th through 8th graders. You expect small class sizes. There's a lot of built-in support for a model like this, right? Recognizing that with high expectations come high support, right? So our teachers will be able to tap into a ton of different support services for our children to ensure that they are getting everything they need in order to be successful.
Now, will there be a requirement of uniforms and things of that nature for the school?
That's a great question. So as it stands right now, I think what will happen is that we will have a gradual progression as it relates to uniforms. And what I mean by that is our sixth through eighth graders, probably sixth through ninth graders, will have a uniform. I think as students become upperclassmen and once they're starting to take their credentialing courses, they're starting to take college courses, they will be expected to follow a more business casual attire, right? Recognizing that young people are going to be going to the Community College of Philadelphia to take their classes, or will be going to an offsite work credentialing partner. So we want students to feel like they belong in the space and not be like that one young person in a uniform and everybody else is like looks, in normal clothing. So we will build a progression in terms of uniforms for our students.
Going to be all good, all good.
Mhm.
So now one of the things that I did not say at the very beginning of the interview, while your current title is co-director of the Philadelphia Middle College
Mhm.
Association, once the school is officially open come the fall of 2026, your title changes.
Yes, yes. So I will be the CEO of Early College Charter School. My experience is in education in our city. It's in a high performing school here in our city. And I think what's also important in this role is that I have a very similar lived experience as our students, right? And it's important for folks that are in leadership roles that are really selling this dream of what's possible to also be reflective of the students that they're serving. It took me 8 years to get my bachelor's degree. I'm a graduate of Drexel University, but I also went to community college. I was at community college for 4 years in Maryland. I immigrated to this country in high school. I was undocumented for a while. I went to the community college for over 4 years. I ended up transferring to Drexel University. But all of that, it took me 8 years to get my bachelor's degree
Condemnation pays off.
and a lot of student debt that I'm still paying off, right? And for me and for so many young people, right? Like life is just not going to be this like beautifully linear path, right? We're going to have bumps along the way. We need to build up that muscle around, viewing every challenge as a brick wall that I need to run through, right? So I'm excited to lead this school, not just because of my own lived experience, but I'm also a testament of what's possible with a really great education, right, in our city. And I'm a product of also Temple University. I got my master's at Temple as well. So I'm excited to step into this role and to, through my own story, show young people what's possible, but also through leading a high quality school with well-paid teachers, beautiful facility, and everything a young person needs in order to be successful.
Yes, yes, yes. I tell you, what an amazing story and what an amazing journey. And I am again excited for the young people that are going to be enrolled, who have parents who understand the importance of higher education. And I know that college isn't for everybody. I know that. But
Mm.
I like to believe that college is for a lot of people. I would love to see every young person have the opportunity to go to college. And then once you get there, if you find out that's not for me, okay, then you will you know, uh, look for a trade school or look for some other opportunity of education where you can, move yourself up to the next level, be able to take care of yourself, become a good parent and have your own family one day. But
Yeah.
college is so important.
And I think too, like this idea that college isn't for everyone, all children are capable of going to college with the right support, right? And we also look, and for me, I always struggle with that statement because most times when you hear somebody saying that, it's usually a person that has graduated from college that will make sure their child goes to college or their grandchildren goes to college, right? So
Yeah.
this idea, what you're really saying is that college isn't for all of you, right? And who's encompassing of the you, right? I think college is something that all young people can do. We're not a college for all model, we're a college experience for all, right? So if a young person at early college at the end of 12th grade or at the beginning of 12th grade says, I'm not going to go to college right away, it is because that young person has taken at least two college courses. They've been on a college campus multiple times. They're already started to have conversations with their college or college advisors around what their path is going to look like and how they're going to get there. It will not be because some random person told them college isn't for everyone, right? It will be baked in an experience that we have carefully crafted for all of our young people to experience some college to help make a determination with their family and with our support around what their path after high school looks like. And also recognize that even if you might not go to college right after high school, 2 years from then, you might be interested, right? Or you might be in something and you're like, I want to elevate in this role and I have to take some sort of credentialing, right? So, no matter what, young people have to be prepared for what's next. And I'd say college experience for all is what we are all about, and also equipping young people with all the experiences to make informed decisions around what is best for them and their post-secondary journey.
Okay, so now your website will appear on the screen, but just give us
Mhm.
the website address because we're getting ready to close out.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested in learning more, visit us at earlycollegephl.org. We will also be at the Philly Schools Fair on September 20th. So come find our booth. We're also at Early College PHL on Instagram as well if you want to connect with us on social media.
You have been such a blessing today. I thank you. And I want to tell our viewing audience, as you move about the city, don't be surprised at these different community events and outdoor events between now and the end of October. You're going to see a team of people out with early
Mhm.
college charter school t-shirts on, and they'll be sharing information so that you can learn more about this wonderful new college charter school that opens in Philadelphia next fall of 2026. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. That's about it for our show today, folks. We thank you for joining us. This was the first edition of our new season for News You Can Use. And we had two great guests today. We thank both of them for being with us, and make sure you keep your dial locked on LaSalle TV. A lot of great programs at this TV station. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.